Hey, it's time to talk about something big happening in Ukraine. This week, Ukrainian officials say they've uncovered a major corruption scheme involving the country's military, specifically the procurement of drones. This is a huge deal, not just for Ukraine, but for anyone following the war and the massive amounts of aid pouring into the country. So here's what happened. Ukraine's State Bureau of Investigation says they've identified a group of former and current high-ranking officials in the Ministry of Defense who allegedly misused more than $40 million. The money? It was supposed to buy drones for the Ukrainian army. Instead, investigators say it ended up lining the pockets of corrupt officials and private company owners. Now, to put this in context, drones are a vital part of Ukraine's defense. They're used for everything: surveillance, targeting, even direct attacks. With Russia's invasion grinding on and the front lines constantly shifting, drones can literally make the difference between life and death for Ukrainian troops. So when big chunks of money meant for drones go missing, it's not just a financial crime. It's something that could put lives at risk. Let's break down what investigators say happened. In August 2022, the Ministry of Defense signed a contract with a Ukrainian arms supplier. The idea was to buy 100,000 mortar shells, but the supplier never delivered. Instead, investigators allege key officials and business owners created fake paperwork, funneled the money out of the country, and then laundered it. One of the suspects is reportedly a former head of the Defense Ministry's department responsible for procurement, basically the person in charge of buying military equipment. This isn't just about one bad apple either. Authorities say several high-ranking officials were in on the scheme. Now, here's where it gets even more serious. Ukrainian authorities say they've already arrested some of the suspects and are working to recover the stolen funds. They're promising to keep cleaning house too. President Zelensky's government has made anti-corruption a top priority, especially as Ukraine relies so heavily on Western military aid. And that's another angle here: international trust. Billions of dollars in military and humanitarian aid have flowed into Ukraine since Russia's invasion. Allies want to know that their support isn't being siphoned off by corrupt officials. Every time there's a scandal like this, it raises tough questions, both in Ukraine and abroad, about how aid is tracked and how the government is keeping things transparent. So what happens next? Investigations like this are likely to continue, especially as the stakes keep getting higher. For Ukraine, rooting out corruption isn't just about keeping Western allies happy. It's about making sure its own military is as strong and effective as possible. If you're a Ukrainian soldier on the front lines, you want to know that every dollar, every drone is actually reaching you, not disappearing into someone else's bank account. It's also a reminder that war isn't just fought with weapons and strategies. It's fought with trust. Trust between a country's leaders, its people, and its allies. When that's broken, it's not easy to rebuild, but it's absolutely essential for Ukraine's future. So that's the latest from Ukraine. A major corruption scheme uncovered, arrests made, and a government under pressure to deliver real accountability. I'll be keeping an eye on what happens next. Stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for watching.